Good morning, class, or good afternoon, good evening, depending on the part of the world where you're located. Today, we have the pleasure of having one of the industry's best with us, Christian Bailac. Hello, Christian. Welcome to our
Hello,
class.
Gonzalo. Nice to see you and nice to be with you here.
Thank you so much. I will give you a little bit of Christian's background before we start with the interview. Christian is one of the top leaders in the sales and marketing industry in Spain. He currently works as director of sales and marketing for Hotel Puerta de América. Those of you who travel to and from the airport, you've probably noticed a very groovy, funky building with different colors on the right side, right when you get into Madrid. It's one of the coolest 5 stars in Madrid. It's great for corporate, leisure, big MICE hotel, big event hotel, which is something that we will be covering with Christian. And you know, his background is not just sales. Before this, he was also director of sales for another 5-star in Madrid, but he's been general manager for 2 hotels in Barcelona and Madrid, so he knows perfectly the area of operations. He worked in one of the greatest representation hotel companies that existed, unfortunately did not survive COVID, called Lux Hospitality for 7 years. And he did operations, revenue management, sales throughout all of Europe and beyond. So I think he is, this week we have a general manager, director of sales and marketing, hybrid, because he is a hybrid, he knows it all. Next week we will meet with a COO, which is kind of a different profile, but Christian could be a COO starting tomorrow anyway. So I'm gonna get out of the camera so I take my mask off and I can make some questions, and hopefully you will enjoy it. I had the pleasure of working with Christian in the past, and he's a pleasure to be with and to learn from, which is the purpose of today's class. So thank you, students, and I'm gonna leave you with Christian.
Thank you, Gonzalo.
So Christian, I was thinking that we start with, if that's okay with you, that we start with operations and then we move to sales and marketing.
Perfect.
So you've been a general manager in 2 hotels in Madrid and in Barcelona in different times. Can you share with the students what is the day-to-day, what is the typical day of the general manager of the hotel, and what are the different departments you interact with?
Okay, let's start. Thank you very much. It's nice to talk with you guys, that you are studying this beautiful industry and you have a great teacher, that is Gonzalo. The daily basis from a GM, it's basically thinking that our job is a 365 day job and company open, working 7 days per week, 24 hours. That means that we need to think in this loop every day. At the beginning of the day, when I was GM, I like to say hello to all the employees, to know what happens the night before, the transition between the night and the morning, and of course have a briefing with all the team starting to the day and the teams with them, having a coffee in a table and explaining and analyzing all the numbers that we have the day before. That means the occupancy, ADR, rave bars, events that we have, and introducing all the pickup that we have with the revenue manager and analyzing what we have on the daily basis in the hotel.
Christian, I'm going to stop you right there because you mentioned many things we have been seeing over the class. You mentioned ADR.
Yes.
That's the average daily rate. You mentioned occupancy,
Yeah.
which is the percentage of rooms that are occupied in the hotel. You mentioned a very interesting concept called RevPAR.
Yes.
Do you feel comfortable
Of
talking
course.
about RevPAR?
The RevPAR means that it's the revenue per available room. Because if you can imagine, if you have 100 rooms and your occupancy it's 90%, you ADR it's based on this occupancy in the 90%. But the RevPARs give you the number in euros of the 100 of all the rooms. So you have the difference. The RevPAR is normally a little bit lower than the ADR. So the owners, they are looking more for the RevPAR because it's the real revenue that you are receiving per available room. So
Exactly.
if you are looking numbers, if you are in the financial department, you are looking more the RevPAR, which is your RevPAR, and the ADR, it's more to look the kind your competitive set, because you don't have you can find out the RevPAR from the other hotels, but this is the difference. Oh,
Good. So the ADR is basically the average rate that you're selling at.
yes, from
But
all the rooms that you sell in one day.
From all rooms, but the RevPAR is the revenue from the actual rooms that are occupied.
From all your inventory, from all the hotels.
From the whole
Yes.
inventory.
Yes.
So that's where you actually make the money.
Yeah.
So that's what matters to you.
Yes. Yes.
Wonderful. You also mentioned another interesting concept. The general manager on obviously sales has to be looking at carefully, which is the pick up.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit more about the pick up?
Yeah, the pickup, it's the numbers from one end day to another. In the bookings you receive from all the channels that you are open. That means yesterday you closed the day with 100 rooms, and then the day before, after you have 150, you have a 50 rooms pickup. That gives you the number that could be good, it's high, it's low, it's a number that you can analyze, and that it's a concept that you need to keep in mind, especially when you are talking with the revenue manager. So the pickup, it's every day, the numbers from the day before, you receive bookings from the different channels you are open.
Revenue manager, that's an interesting figure. So I guess that every morning when you start your day, they always say that a good general manager needs to show up early. Americans say as early as 6 a.m. Probably not the same in Europe. Students, you probably noticed Christian's German accent. Those of you who noticed it, you are correct. Christian is of German descent and family, born in Barcelona, and has worked throughout the world, mostly in Spain. So we'll cover that Germany aspect later. So let me know what are the different departments. I have two questions. What are the different departments you need to meet on a daily basis or weekly basis? Let's start with daily. And which ones are the most challenging from an operational point of view, from a general manager, director, para los hispanohablantes point of view, which ones are more challenging and why?
It's a good question, Gonzalo. In a hotel, you need to know that we are dealing with people. Dealing with people, it's not easy because every day you feel different. Every day you have more business, less business. Let's starting with the breakfast department, no? So you have 200 people coming at the same time. You need to smile. You need to recover all the food, serve the coffee. So for a GM, the most important departments to take care of in the morning are housekeeping and F&B, because as I mentioned, you need to go to the breakfast room to say hello to your guests and to your employees. And after that, as I mentioned before, in a few minutes, you have the briefing morning that it's normally around 9:30, 10 in the morning. Yeah, you have all the head of departments coming and arriving to the hotel. They have time to check all the emails, all the reports and everything, so they can give you the update. But for a good GM, as Gonzalo mentioned, and that is something that you have two different type of GMs. Ones that they like to go to the hotel at 7 in the morning to receiving all the people from the housekeeping, maintenance, and F&B department, kitchen. And you have the other side of GMs that they like to arrive around 9:30, 10. They make a round through the hotel, to the reception, the front desk. They say hello to the guests, they say bye, and they prefer to stay until late, depending on the type of hotel that you have. Because if you are like the Puerto America, that we are specialized in events, normally you have events during the night. So depend of the type of GM you are. Do you like to say in the morning or in the evening? But it's something that you need to be yourself. So it's not a stereotype that you say, oh, okay, I like to be from 7 till 4 and I leave. So you need to be flexible. You need to know that some days you need to go early in the morning to say hello to the departments. Sometimes you need to go and stay till late to see what's going on with your team in this type of late events that we say. During the day, as Gonzalo mentioned, I'm German, so I take care from the operation department in the morning. After that, I deal with. I like to deal with more revenue department. That's one is the most important, because you are making the decisions to change the rates for the next days. And after that, in the afternoon, I sit with the team of sales, because they normally in the morning they are off of the office. They are going to have meetings with our clients, with our partners. So when they are coming back from their business morning, I sit with them and they normally give me their feedback about the appointments, all the group proposals they are receiving from our clients, and that is basically my structure in my head.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Christian. This has been very informative. Can you please, before we start with the sales aspect of it, what are the most challenging situations that you have faced from an operational point of view? From my experience, even though I've always been more development and sales, the little operations I have done, it always had to do not so much with the personnel, but with the maintenance of the building.
Yeah.
That was very complicated for me.
Yeah.
So I want to know your experience about it.
Yeah, it's a good question, Gonzalo, because as I mentioned, housekeeping and maintenance, both of these departments are very complicated to dealing with. Why? Maintenance, they are normally, they have a daily basis that they need to do, but they have also monthly and annual things to do. They need to repair the not only things from the room, that is normally the daily, no, but they need to take care monthly. They need to check all the machines, all the lift, etc. So it's something that it's not easy to have. So you need to have a protocol with all the tasks that they need to do, and it's people that it's not easy to deal with. So maintenance, it's a department that you need to be after them and have a right hand with them and take it easy with them because it's a delicate department. And the other one, it's very important for me, housekeeping. We need to know that housekeeping is dealing with something very delicate, that it's all the cleaning of the rooms. I had great experience because people normally they like to go in your room and see that everything is clean. But I like to mention what bad experience that I have in a company named Rafael Hoteles Diagonal Board. It was a hotel in Barcelona, and one of the guests makes something really bad. So imagine the worst things in the world. I cannot say the word because it was really hard. He was drunk, and I think he was also drunk, and he broke the room. The room was extremely dirty. So imagine the housekeeping lady going inside the room and see what's going on, and she was shocked. So imagine this situation for a GM. The empathy with this department, it's really important. So it needs to be really take in consideration the situation that they have with the clients.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting, Christine. I'm gonna go to F&B, food and beverage department,
okay.
which is it's a hybrid between the general management but also sales, convention people. They use it a lot. Let's start with the very beginning of the food and beverage. You need to get product. You need to negotiate with providers.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit on how that process works?
Yeah.
I guess it's different if you're working in an independent hotel. You probably have to do it yourself. But if it's part of a chain, it's negotiated by the chain. But then again, you can have a hotel in Uzbekistan and another one in Spain. So
that's right.
Tell us a little bit about that.
That is also a good question because it's good to know if you are working for a hotel that is part of a group from a chain, or you are in an independent boutique hotel. So the concept is totally different. You need to negotiate the rates. And basically you are receiving the providers in the warehouse. So normally a big hotel like Puerto America, we have a department that it's the warehouse, and it's part of the financial department, but it's a person who is receiving the providers like Coca-Cola and Mao, the meat provider, you have thousands of them, the fish provider, you need to deal with the daily basis rate. And the strategy that you need to follow, it's to have the right partner with the right company. Melia, they have, of course, the huge volume of numbers. They buy thousands of TVs. They arrive to collaboration with this type of companies. But if you are working with in an independent boutique hotel like Hotel Puerto America, the negotiation of the rate when you are buying things, it's a huge challenge. But it's also very nice because after you find the right partner and you are working with them and you have the good rate that you can normally push a little bit, you need to push. Everything is negotiated, please. So I think Gonzalo will tell you in the financial department. You need to take care of the conditions, the payment method, the days you need to pay after you receive the invoice. This type of small details you need to have in mind, and especially in F&B. You can also in F&B choose the partners to work exclusively with them. That's what is that the meaning of? You can choose Mao and say, okay, I will
or
work
Heineken.
Or Heineken. I will work only with Heineken and all the products that Heineken have. Okay, but only does it meaning? Okay, give me a better rate, give me a discount, like a commission that we say. If we sell thousands of millions and I buy beers from this number, you reduce me the invoice at the end of the year at 2%. And you give me products for free, you make me parties with your clients. These type of things can be done. So keep that in mind. So
good, interesting. You mentioned negotiating, so maybe this is a good time during the interview to switch from operations to sales and marketing.
yeah,
Even though you have to negotiate in every single aspect. You know what, the main skill I try to show my students in the class is how to negotiate with different cultures and different languages in different countries, with different types of buyers. Because you and I know the negotiation with a direct client is completely different from a tour operator or a travel agency or an OTA. I repeat my students that I do not like OTA business. I appreciate the business, but I do not like it because they have a very high
commission.
See, students, I'm not the only one obsessed with that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the convention. You work in a hotel right now. You're director of sales and marketing for a hotel that's very large on convention space. The one before Hotel Miguel Ángel, another 5-star in Paseo de la Castellana in Madrid. I had the pleasure of during the baptize of my son there, and I have seen many of your corporate events. Can you talk? Let's start with that part of sales because that's the one I've covered the least in my class. MICE, meetings, incentives, events that you do in your convention spaces, in your lovely gardens when you have that. Can you tell us a bit, what is the difference from the way you negotiate between a corporate event and a private, a launching, a presentation of a product? I guess that's still corporate. And a private event, a wedding, a celebration, an anniversary, you name it. You can tell us examples. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Be a MICE hotel. It's a huge challenge. All these new hotels coming to Madrid, Four Seasons, Mandarin Oriental, Puerto America, all the Eurostars, Tower and Mirasierra, Miguel Ángel, Intercontinental. They are specialized in the MICE segment. The first challenge is, of course, the commission on the F&B department. For a corporate, some of these hotels, normally they have the rule that to make an event in this hotel, you need to also not only take the space, you need to take also some type of rooms. That means if you want to make from Tuesday to Thursday one corporate event, okay, I give you the meeting rooms, but you need also to take in the proposal around 50, 100 rooms into the proposal. Even you don't need it. So this is a strategy that in Puerto America we are doing, that in Miguel Ángel we were not doing it. In the MICE segment, it's really important, and I go this and I make the switch that with the sales department. All the MICE is coming from all the meeting planners. I don't know if you.
I have discussed it, but what is a meeting planner, Christian?
A meeting planner is a travel agency specialized in organizing events. Okay, so these DMCs, these meeting planners, so are specialized and organize all type of events presentation of a car, presentation of a product, presentation of a movie. So these are like travel agencies like El Corte Inglés, BCD Travel, that we will talk about later in the corporate segment. They are specialized in mice, so normally the huge companies, they are working with these meeting planners, with the marketing department. So they say, oh, Christina, please help us to arrange this meeting. So they contact to the hotel, they send the proposal to 5, 6, 7 hotels, and all the hotels will send our proposal. What is the proposal?
Is that maybe an RFP?
RFP is coming from the top agencies that we say American Express, that in the UK the name is Van Sandler, Carlson Wagon Lead, BCD Travel. That these are the top 4 companies around the world that they are using C-Band, that it's a platform that they are using to sending RFPs. That an RFP for MICE is like a proposal that you have the needs, the room numbers they need, the people that will attendee the event, the meeting space that they need. I need 6 meeting rooms for 200 people, and I need dinner, lunch, coffee breaks, and all these facilities to arrange presentations. So we send all the information to the meeting planners with the conditions. You need to send a good rate, okay? Especially if you send room rate needs to be a little bit lower, like your daily basis rate. So your bar rate, that the bar rate you will find it in your website. And the conditions, special conditions with the commission. You can play. Hotels are flexible or unflexible, but the meeting planners, of course, the only earning that they have, the only gain that they have is the commission. So if you give them 10% of commission in rooms, 10% commission in the meeting spaces, and a 5% in F&B, you can play with. So this is a strategy that you need to fix it with the GM, with the director of sales and marketing, and that is the job that I'm doing, I'm dealing. So, and my strategy is to be as much flexible as you can. American Express, of course, they are coming and they're putting you a contract that you cannot negotiate it. If you are Hotel Puerto America, why? Because we are one independent boutique hotel. We are the only independent boutique hotel in Madrid that we are inside the preferred program from American Express for a MICE hotel. So this is something good for us, but the conditions, we cannot negotiate it. Melia, of course, they can negotiate it because they are negotiated thousands of hotels around the world. So they are playing with the commission. But it's good to know that the commissions in the room and the meeting space, it's where you can play more, okay? You can give 12, 13, 14, 15%, even like in the meeting space, but take care in the F&B, please. If we're giving a 5% of commission in F&B, you need to know which is the benefit you are receiving from the F&B, because F&B you are losing a little bit of money. And normally the people, they are asking, no, please give me also a 12% of commission on the F&B incoming. No, take care, because you need to have all the numbers and the cost of the every menu and everything, because this is the part of where you are losing money. So my recommendation is not giving more than a 5, 6, 7 maximum, depending of the incoming of the group, and an exception, and depending of the season, 8%. Never more than a 10%.
Perfect. Christian, thank you very much for your wonderful answers. There's an aspect where my students know I don't excel at, but you do. How does technology plays a part into hotel management and sales and F&B? Tell us about how technology has changed the industry, and not only the obvious, like, yeah, you must have a wonderful booking engine in your website because they already know that, and how now we incentivize the bookings by phone directly to our website, blah blah blah. But like technology in general, are there ways where you have seen a change in the operations of the hotels? Can you tell students, like, for example, what a PMS is and all of these things? Go ahead.
Yeah, good question also, because for me and for the industry, technology it's the most important thing that you need to take care of. Why? Starting, as Gonzalo mentioned right now, starting with the PMS. So the decision of selecting one PMS or another is such important for the rest of departments that you cannot imagine. And even right now, you are a hotel that you are open. You are not to be scared to change to another one. There are now new products, new PMS that they are extremely good, and you need to have the objective very clear what you want. Technology gives you facilities. Facilities for every department. Front desk department, housekeeping department, maintenance department, sales department, marketing department. The tools you are choosing for your daily basis, it's very, very, very important. Even the rate that you pay for, you need to analyze, of course. But let's start for the PMS. What is the PMS giving you? It's the check-in, the checkout, the invoice, all the process to order a room service, the facility to the housekeeping to send a report, and send a report to maintenance, to send a report to all your sales team. Is something that it's a decision that needs to be analyzed every time. And if the partner is not giving you the answers that you are looking, change. Don't be scared. Ask them, but don't stay with the PMS for a long time, and change if you need it. But you need to check and make the good decision with the PMS. The next decision in technology, it's the integration of all the other tools that you are using with your PMS. Let's go with the sales department. Which tool do you think that is really important for a sales department? A CRM, customer relation manager.
Okay. Customer relation manager. Can you talk more about what a CRM is?
I think, Gonzalo, that you are really familiar, and I think that all the students, I hope that they hear about it. It's the most or one of the top CRM is Salesforce. So Salesforce is the top of the.
What is Salesforce? Okay, Salesforce is a CRM, but can you elaborate? What's
It's a customer relation manager. So a customer relation manager, it's a tool where you can introduce and integrate with your PMS all your clients. Your clients could be persons, could be companies, could be travel agencies, meeting planners, all type of clients. And you can put it into your database with the name, the title, the job title, the email, and the phone. And you can send a task to your sales executive, to your GM, and you can integrate that all the productions is going to a company. And it's for me right now as director of sales, it's the most important tool, because it's everything center to send. If you want to, like, now talk about marketing and you want to send an email, an e-blast, so you need to have the right email. So this is everything into this database system, into Salesforce. So if you have this system, you go, you make your meeting with the person, and you go back to your desk, you introduce all the data, and you have it. It's from the company. So, and then you can make a lot of actions when you have all the information into your CRM. You have, of course, thousands of type of CRMs. Another one that is right now good for small companies and medium companies is Type4. Type4 is another CRM.
Can you say that name again?
Type4.
Okay.
Type4 is another one that it's for small companies that they are starting to use a CRM.
I was not familiar with it, so that's
yes. So for companies that maybe they have one person only in the sales, because Salesforce is expensive. You need to think about it. It's for more. If you go to Meliá, they are dealing with Salesforce, but for Hotel Puerto America, I cannot pay the monthly fee because it's a huge.
What would be the average monthly fee?
It's
for
depending,
CRM?
because Salesforce you are paying for each
For
person.
users, number of users,
It's for its license. How many license do you need? I need 1,000 people, so they give you a rate. So it's expensive. It's the same like the PMS. They give you access for
a number of users.
So you need to have it in mind that you can buy a PMS that it give you a normal service, or if you take a good PMS, you have a monthly fee to pay. That it's expensive. The most famous PMS is Opera. For me, Opera right now it's good. I'm using Opera in the Hotel Puerto America, but they make me the presentation of a new one named Muse that I love it. If I could, I will change to Muse because it's more easy to use for all the team, and it's with the objective, with the challenge to give a better service to our client.
Christian, this is very interesting. I don't want to make you speak twice, but these are students. This is their only tourism hotel travel class, and this might be a question for the exam. What is? I'm not sure if everybody has it clear. What's the difference between a PMS, property management system, and a CRM? These are two different tools. So if you don't mind, very carefully, we're gonna go through it again. Every single hotel, big or small, needs a PMS. In the old days, it was just like an inventory.
And I stop Gonzalo. PMS, you need to think operations. Everything regarding operations, it's going to the PMS. Of course, all the information that we introduce in the CRM goes, this is why I say the word integration, because you need to integrate your CRM, customer relation manager system, with the PMS, because all the sales activity and the marketing activity is on this system. And the PMS, you have check-in, check-out, open when is something broken, you make a report. To take the reports, to take to make all the changes of the rates, you go to the PMS. So these are the two both technological tools that you need to think as the most important in a hotel. I don't know if you want that I explain a little bit more, because we can.
This is I think that's the.
Let me say something. One,
Okay.
and it's because it's important. Right now, industry is going so fast that the transformation it's going, as I mentioned, very fast. One of the top channel managers of the market, SignMinder, they also have a PMS. So think that normally you can have one tool like a PMS, channel manager, booking engine, GDS company in one company. So you need to select the right partner, but it's a good question that Gonzalo asked me. Think PMS, the PMS property management system. It's taking care of the daily basis of the hotel, and the CRM is taking all the job from the sales and marketing department, giving all the information to the PMS, like the name of the contacts, the name of the companies, etc.
Very good. Thank you, Christian. We've been talking about some stuff that's a little more dense. So let's go to the fun aspect of hotels. Double question, both as a general manager or as a director of sales and marketing, and it could be the same answer.
Yeah.
What is the most fun part? What is your favorite part to do? The one that you enjoy the most? Is it direct relationship with clients, the clients that stay in the hotel, which is B2C, or the clients in between, or organizing events, or what is it for you? Where do you get like the kick? Like, what's the part you enjoy the most?
I like all the parts of the hotel. So for me, like as a kid, I wanted to work in a hotel. So right now that I'm in a lifestyle hotel, even in the Miguel Angel.
Okay, you're in a lifestyle hotel now, and I like that you say that. What is a lifestyle hotel?
Lifestyle hotel, it's the hotel.
In your opinion?
Yeah, the lifestyle hotel. It's the hotel that they have outlets open all day long. So we have a terrace, so you can have a drink. It's something that you can organize a party, a concert, and we are arranging every Monday a GM cocktail with all our guests. Corporate guests. We are organizing every Thursday a party in the hotel, so local people knows that we are there, and they can go on Thursday to our rooftop and have a drink. We have a restaurant also in the rooftop, exclusively for 20 people, with a nice wall garden with views to Madrid. So this is the type of lifestyle that you can have a cocktail in the bar. You have in the rooftop, you have also another bar with another type of people. You have a restaurant, foodie restaurant. So this is the lifestyle hotel. So that you have every day, you have something special to do with your guests from the hotel, and even from the locals that can come from outside from the hotel. They don't need to be guests, have a room, so they can come and let's go to this hotel and have a cocktail. So
you just brought a very interesting subject. You and I were in a very early 40s. Some our students are obviously 20 years younger, or 22 years younger. When you and I were that age, our generation the idea of hotels was not really, it was associated for the time you were traveling.
Yeah.
But hotels really did not used to interact so much with the social life of the city.
Correct.
There was a concept, which is a wrong concept, students, and it's an old concept, but there was a concept that some people still might have. No, in the hotels you don't really eat well. A hotel, why would you go to a hotel? That has changed dramatically over the last 15 to 20 years. And actually some of the top chefs have their Michelin stars or their trendy new restaurants opening in hotels, be it London, Paris, Dubai, New York, Sydney, or Madrid. Tell us a bit about that change and how the hotel can interact, different ways of the hotel can interact with the social life of the city or the location they're in.
It's a good question because, as I mentioned, and you are, as I, one of, we work in the industry since many years. When I was a student, and even my fathers, my parents, they told me, no, to go to a restaurant from a hotel is something only for people that are staying there, no? And it's something wrong. It's something that in our mentality, they put it that this service it's for only the guests that they are staying at the hotel, and we have the mentality, and I like it. It's something that we are taking and learn from them. It's from Asia. Asia, the best restaurants with star Michelin, as Gonzalo mentioned, are in the best hotels in the city. And here not. So you cannot find a good restaurant in a hotel, because this type of mind. What are we doing in the hotel? We have a specific person working in the lifestyle department, and she's working with promoters, so with people that is moving, well-known people, local people, trendy people, from one restaurant to another, and make our outlets popular, making and let them know that on Thursday they can have after hours and gin tonic in our hotel with good music in a nice in a beautiful space, because our hotel is a design hotel. Each floor is from a different designer.
Each floor was designed by a different.
Different. So people are coming. People used to come, and now before this
COVID.
This COVID, people from international markets came to see the hotel, because each floor was made from a different designer. Even the lobby and our outlets are also designed. So right now at another trendy hotel, and I like to say it was the Blessed Hotel. It was located in la calle Velázquez. They had a nice rooftop. For
Christian,
me,
let me interrupt you. Most of the students don't live in Madrid.
Okay.
They could be in Guatemala, Panama, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Israel.
Okay.
So some are in Madrid and they might know Calle Velázquez. So if you can elaborate a bit more on what is Hotel Bless,
Okay.
what's the location,
Okay.
Salamanca district.
okay, so the Blessed Hotel is one of the latest luxury hotel that opened in the last year. Right now, Four Seasons, of course, but it was one of the latest hotels that opened in Madrid, located in the Barrio Salamanca. It's the coolest hood in Madrid, with the Golden Mile, with the best shopping area in Madrid are, with one street names Jorge Juan, with the best restaurants in Madrid. So the Blessed is located in this area, and they had a very nice restaurant operated with Martin Berasategui, as you can imagine, the world most famous cooker from Spain. and he's making the menu from this restaurant, and it's arranging the cocktails from the rooftop, from the bar that is on the street basis. So you are sitting in the bar and you are seeing the street Velázquez, that it's the coolest street in Madrid right now. So this hotel is also a lifestyle hotel, so you need to promote it. So you need to attract people to come to the hotel and not be scared to have a drink with your friends, with your family, with even a corporate meeting, with a coffee. You can have it in the hotel, so you can welcome people from the city to the hotel. So we need to stop thinking that a hotel it's only for people coming from outside. No, see, even you are a local, you can go to the hotel, sit in the bar, go to the restaurant and have a good food and have a good drink.
Thank you very much, Christian. Interesting. This is we've already covered with the students the difference of corporate negotiation, leisure, and MICE, and I don't want to repeat myself through you. So, what are your favorite channels to negotiate with and why? What type of, how are clients different by market? I don't want to, you don't need to say which one is your favorite or not, because that would not be politically correct. But what are the expectations of, for example, you work a lot in Madrid and Barcelona. The Latin American market is huge here. So is the US, so is the UK, so is the Middle East, so is Asian, Far East, Japan and China. So tell the class about the expectations of each client by market and your experience with it. And you can talk freely.
Yeah, no, you make me two good questions, because one of the first part of the question you mentioned on the channels and all the segments that are important for the hotels. Of course, the website and the direct bookings are the best for the hotels. But of course, this is the wish of all the hoteliers, that the direct bookings and the direct business coming directly to the hotel, it's utopia. So you need to segment, and you need to work with GDS, you need to work with OTAs, you need to work with travel agencies, you need to work with consortias. All the segments are important. So leisure market groups, corporate, direct bookings. This is the
direct
bookings. This is, of course, and you need to keep it in mind. So of course you need to work more and pushing more your strategy on the direct bookings, your website, your booking engine, of course, but you cannot lose and don't forget in your mind the other business coming through the other channels. The other thing that you mentioned, and I will like, because you give me the opportunity to work for an international company, and they make me
Me?
You make me, yes, you help me, and you know that.
Okay, thank you.
And Gonzalo, I can say it right now, was my mentor, is my mentor, my friend, and it's always a pleasure to collaborate with him. I changed my mind when I started to work for an international company. I used to be in Rafael Hoteles, the international sales executive and manager. After that, Gonzalo gave me the opportunity, and after that we separate our ways. But starting to work with the background of Rafael Hoteles, but working for an international company gave me the opportunity to think and dealing with different markets. Of course, all the people think that the Americans are the best and the top in budget, that they have. I want Americans. Okay, yes, that could be. But don't think and make stereotypes. Think that all the markets, and especially when you travel around the world, everything we are dealing with the same concepts and we are talking the same languages. Of course, the Americans, they like and they are different and they are approaching. If we are making in a sales scenario, I'm making a sales trip and I'm going to visit travel agencies. This is a thing. So you are traveling, they like to go to entertainment, you need to approach, to be open-minded, you need to be friendly, give them the maximum facility, they like to do business directly, they like that you give them a good commission, you treat their clients, because the travel agency in America, it's my clients, you need to treat them very well. Of course, I will do it. So you need to give confidence to the people, to the international market. And going to Europe and Latin America is also an open mind. So I think that it's especially very familiar, like Spain. The markets that I have not difficulty, but they are more, I don't like to say unfriendly, I don't have the right word, say stuff or say different. Of course, there are the Germans and the French markets, but like a professional way. Like a clients, all the markets are the same. For me, a client coming from the UK and a client coming from the US, for me, we are selling at the same rate, we are selling with the same services. So if they are coming to my hotel, I give them the same service. It's not different. And I think I give you a good meaning of
manage realistic expectations and give your best service.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And
so Christian, I think we're getting almost into
1 hour.
It's been an hour. My last question is no question. My last question is, I want you to wrap it up the way you want. These students, I mean, they're studying different things. Most of them are in business administration.
Yeah.
And this is the only class they have about hotel industry.
Mm-hmm.
I like to say it's not just hotel industry. It's like travel industry, tourism industry. Obviously, it's been very badly affected by COVID. So part of that enthusiasm you and I have had over the last 20 years, this last year, it's just being a little hard. But we still want to infect them with the goodbye of working in the hotel industry. What would be your parting words for a group of students, that might be thinking many of them told me, I would love to work in luxury hotels. So I want you to address in your final words, because you've worked in top luxury.
Yeah.
And you've managed a 3-star in the past, if I don't remember.
I grow from the small.
What is the difference between managing luxury, because all of them love luxury, for some reason they don't, when I ask what projects do you want to do, only one picked up a 3-star because I made him.
Yeah.
So what is the difference and what are your parting words?
The difference, they are a lot of nice hotels that they are 3-star hotels, and they decided to not be 4 or 5-star hotels because I think a small strategy thing. So of course, what is meaning of luxury? Luxury is all the outlets and all the facilities that you are giving to your guests. It's the more people working into the hotel. At the Hotel Porta America, we are around 200 people working into the hotel. That's meaning that it's average around 1.5 employees per room. So, and the difference between a 3-star is this. So with a small hotel and less stars, it's the people that are working, the service you are giving to them, and all the personal attention that the guest wants to receive. They don't want to, they like to receive a smile. All that you need to think, and it's numbers can be analyzed. Numbers are there, are in the system. You can take it down, analyze, and make decisions. But finally, when you are going to a luxury hotel, what they are looking for, it's a friendly smile and a friendly people working and giving a special service to their trip. And think in Asia. So I like the luxury from Asia, and think what they do and what they did in the past, and take it to your markets and do it. So this is my finally, and I give you, as Gonzalo mentioned, we have 2 really bad years. This pandemic crisis came 2 years ago. This can happen. It was something that we never lived with that. Something I never deal with something like that. But I'm very optimistic for the summer. Hotels will come. We will travel again very soon. Luxury hotels will grow. People were looking because we are thinking that the safe policies, stay safe, travel safe, are more proximately with the 5-star hotels, with the luxury hotels, than of course with the other type of hotels, like a hostel. I'm sorry for the hostels, but that's because in a hostel you are sleeping with 8 people that you don't know where they are coming from. So in the next years, we will see that the luxury hotels will grow. We're looking for a special treatment, and we will travel again in a different way, but more friendly. And this is my final words. Believe in the industry. Hotels are really, really, really beautiful companies to work, because you deal with international markets, with persons that live all around the world. You travel for business. I'm sure that Gonzalo and I will travel again together. And that makes special things and a special experience.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Gonzalo.
Christian. And you know, I take his last words. If you look at my LinkedIn, it's like we copycat each other, but I don't think he looked at my LinkedIn. My slogan is believe in travel. So
yeah,
let's go for it. Thank you, students. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.